Get your age for TikTok, please.
24.
Pro-life or pro-choice?
I'm pro-life.
Alright, somebody said you wanted to debate user. I
User's
don't know.
actually the one who called me out, so I'm here since he wants to debate.
Go ahead.
Yeah, what did you want to debate about? Is there a proposition that you're willing to defend?
Well, how about the reason you were calling me out in the comments?
Yeah, basically I was saying that you weren't tracking the conversation because your analysis of the conversation was that 11 was using basically like an emotional talking point to talk about a hypothetical that didn't happen. But that's obviously what the whole fucking purpose of the hypothetical is to basically demonstrate the absurdity of your view and what is entailed given that the principles of your view is true. So the entailment of your view is that if it were to be the case that a mother found herself in one of those types of situations, that she would in fact either be morally justified or that she should be legally allowed to perform those types of actions, right? So it actually has nothing to do with the occurrence of those types of events. It has to do with the entailments given the principles of your view being true.
Okay. And I do believe that a woman has the right to have an abortion at any time in 9 months.
Yeah, we know that's what you believe, but 11 and I think everybody else in the comments basically accurately pointed out that that's an insane belief because that belief allows for mothers to be able to kill a fetus all the way up until 9 months, which is why the view is
Unalive.
insane.
Unalive, please.
Oh, unalive. I mean, I say the K word on my live all the time. It doesn't get any issues, but I can say the word unalive.
Thank you, Liv. We just like to use more precautions because we've had other issues in the past.
Yeah, that's fine. So yeah, basically that's what I was saying in the comments user. Do you have any disagreement?
That everything that 11 said, that I was misinterpreting what he was saying.
No, I didn't say you were misinterpreting what he was saying. I said you were lost in the conversation because you thought the conversation was about 11 giving emotional talking points, but he was
It was
actually
an
showing
emotional
you the
talking point.
absurd entailments of your view.
No, it
It had
wasn't an
nothing to do
emotional
with
talking
emotional
point.
talking points.
It does. It is. How can you say it's not an emotional talking point? He was saying that under an abortion happening in 32 to 35 weeks, which is less than 0.02%, I find it very funny that you're not saying that's an emotional talking point.
I
And it's
know.
for
I
pointing
mean,
out the absurdity of having that.
yeah, I know you find it funny. That's probably because you have like a weird sense of humor. I probably don't have the same sense of humor that you do. I don't find it funny, right? I actually think it's quite
Okay, so you
abhorrent
don't you
to
don't know.
support things like late-term abortions. I think those things are actually like, it's almost like you're the scum of the earth if you actually think those kinds of things are like either morally justified or should be legally accessible, which is basically an entailment of your view. Okay, if your view is
No, I'm
true,
saying
your
when it
view about
happens in
bodily autonomy, just calm down, relax.
0.02%
If your
less
view
than
is
the
true, which is
people.
basically the view, I'm still in the middle of my sentence. Are you okay? Can you hear me speaking? So, if your view is true, the view about bodily autonomy, that basically entails that a mother would be either morally justified or that she would be legally allowed to get an abortion at any point in the pregnancy for any reason. That's going to be contrary to even most pro-choicers' beliefs. Most pro-choicers don't even think that she should be able to get an abortion at any point for any reason, right? So you're actually like on the extreme end of the spectrum as far as the pro-life and pro-choice debate goes.
No, but here's the problem with that argument is that when you are using that argument to say that it shouldn't be justified, you're taking away all of the women that are in crucial critical conditions within that late trimester period that would require to save the mother's life in that 32 to 35 week period. To then use an emotional argument is what I was saying. In order to use an emotional argument saying that if if you wait 6 more weeks and the baby will be fine, in leaving out the context of possibly saving the mother's life within that period, and then using that to say, see, you're ridiculous. We shouldn't do it then. When there are vast majority of the abortions happening within, AB in that time, it's due to saving the mother's life. That is my point. That is why it's an emotional argument, and that's why it's a flawed argument.
Can you steel man the response that I gave you?
What do you mean?
Can you steel man the response that I gave you?
I don't know what steel man means.
You don't know what a steel man is. Okay. Can you recapitulate or reproduce the response that I gave you?
I feel like we're just going in circles now.
Don't run away from the question. So the
I'm
question
not.
is,
Why don't you
can
Why
you
don't you respond to what
reproduce
I
the
just
response that
said
I gave
instead
you?
of asking me a question?
So the answer is no, you can't reproduce.
No, answer my question,
What's the question?
dude. Oh my god.
Did you answer mine, or did you ask me a
Yes, I
question in
just
response to my
retorted. I
question?
just told you what my position was, and then you just said,
That wasn't
"Okay."
my question.
You just said recapitulate what I just said.
Yes, and you didn't answer that one. So what's the recapitulation? You can say you don't know and you weren't listening, and then I can just tell it to you again. Because basically everything that you just said had nothing to do with what I said. That's why I'm asking you this question.
You said I got lost in the conversation. I was not focusing on the fact that he wasn't saying it was a minimal or a minor amount of people. He was just pointing out the fact that it is a quote unquote ridiculous stance. He was using the hypothetical as a ridiculous stance.
No, he wasn't using the hypothetical as a ridiculous stance. What he was doing was he was using the hypothetical case scenario, by the way, which are also. Do you know what a hypothetical is, by the way?
Yes, I know
Like,
what
do you know what
hypothetical.
What do you think a hypothetical is? I'm curious.
An example that doesn't normally happen in real life. It's to use a juxtaposition framework.
Okay, that's not even close. Okay, so what a hypothetical is going to be a counterfactual scenario. That's what a hypothetical is. Okay, a hypothetical is literally just an if-then statement, an if-then scenario. Okay, so that's all it is. He gave you a counterfactual scenario to basically tease out the intuitions or the entailment of your view. Okay, so your view says that a mother should be able to get an abortion because she has a right to bodily autonomy. Now, if you accept that view to be true, right? One of the entailments of the view, meaning that a necessity of the view, if, or excuse me, a necessary consequence of the view, supposing that the view is true, is that she would be allowed to get an abortion at, 9 months, for example, right? And so when he does that, he's performing something called a reductio ad absurdum, which is a type of basically reasoning process. It's a type of argument that you can use to basically tease out the insanities of some views like
Okay,
yours.
great. Thank you. I appreciate the lesson.
You're welcome. I'm going to charge you next time though, because that like takes my time and time is very valuable. You agree, right?
No, I don't.
You don't agree that time is valuable. So your time is not valuable. You just like to waste time.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we know you like to waste time.
I do. Yeah. Thanks. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, anything else? Like, do you have any other positions that aren't fucking insane or?
You came up here, man. Why don't you say something?
Well, you know what position I think is fucking insane? Men
What's the
being up
position
here
that you think is
having
insane, Greg?
men being up here having an opinion on pro-choice or pro-life
Are you a man,
about
Greg?
abortion. Yes, I am.
Do you have an opinion, Greg?
I only have an opinion. I only was trying to argue against 11.
Oh, really? Wait, sorry.
Don't.
So
Okay,
yes or
you know
no, do
what?
you have an opinion?
You know what? I'm done with this bullshit. Here's
You
the
can run
thing.
away.
No, I can't. No. You can be muted, and you can run away. Bye. I'm tired of the bullshit.
I like
You want to
how
go?
I
You want to go?
stated.
You want to go now to 11? You want to go now too? You ready? Because you're a child up here trying to tell women what to do with their own bodies.
Yo, Greg, you got baked. You're on recording, bro. How you feel? How you feel about being on recording, Greg?
Like that. That's how I
Yeah,
feel.
sure.
What I don't understand is that I gave him my reasoning to Eleven's comment, and then he just wanted to give me a lesson on debating.
Hold on. Let's do this. Yeah, and I explicitly stated, Bliss, in the comments that I shouldn't be, and the only reason I did is because 11 has been sitting up here spewing BS. So I muted you in the comments.
Greg, bro, you got cooked. How you let that happen, bro? You
Yep.
Y'all are real mature. Damn.
It's not about disagreeing. It's about that they're coming up and they're just trying to prove a point wrong. They're not actually debating. up and they're just trying to prove a point wrong. They're not actually debating.
Ah, there you go.
No,
And
I'm
you
not
too.
gonna lie. He did cook you. Like, you got stun locked.
Bye. You want to keep going?
You guys are acting like I got stun locked when he was just reporting, like debating facts. Like that's it. He was just using big words, wanting to make the conversation seem like it was out of my reach.
Come on, drop me.
Is the host here?
I am here. I've been here.
Can I get unmuted, please? Did I break any rules, or am I just going to be muted because of my opinion?
Well, there are certain mods I trust really well, so whether they mute you, that's up to them. So
Okay,
I don't know why
so you trust mods that are muting me just because I said, Greg, you're giving an opinion as well?
I don't know why they're muting you. Well, there's that. So well, how about that?